How many software systems have we seen? How many have we used that, fit that, mythical 400 or 500 page systems design document, but didn't solve a single problem?
Right.
Everything was hashed out in a conference room with, 24 people, none of whom were actually supposed to be using this thing on a daily basis. So that's the very first thing. The very first thing is really burning in the effort. Even if you think you know your business, right? There's a lot of tacit knowledge.
It's not enough to just know what that process should be or what you intend to build in terms of software to sort of meet that need. You have to think it through at a little bit deeper level, so then you know how to build something that works well. And so what I've seen a lot of times, especially in small teams, especially like a startup company, is that maybe you have a founder who really understands the customer and the use case really, really well. And they go right to getting developers. So they're communicating their vision for all of this directly to the developers, but there's really a pretty big step in between those two to process or synthesize that vision and the awareness of the journey and the use case into something that's really baked out, that's really ready for developers to build.
Yeah, now we're really down to the nuts and bolts of that service design effort, right? What are the features into it? What are the requirements? What are the constraints, risks, and assumptions, right? And it's so easy to lose track of those. Or alternatively, it's also very easy to go a little too far and start saying, okay, how are we going to build this, right? We're just going to go right to Jira tickets.
Yep.
And the risk there is that you have all of these kind of uncaptured knowledge points that don't make it in. In service design, we talk a lot about tacit knowledge, right? This is knowledge that exists within the organization, but it's not written down. The only way you know about it is by getting out and talking to people and watching the processes and turning those into captured requirements. And that's a risk for any project, right? Tacit knowledge can essentially render any software, in any software project, really almost unviable because you can find solving the wrong problem.